When the final month of the year approaches, something begins to stir in the unseen realm. December is not just a date on the calendar. December is a spiritual announcement. And I'm here to tell you that God has declared that 4 things will happen in this month. And if your spirit is awake, if your heart is aligned, if your faith is alive, you will not miss a single one of them. Listen to me carefully. What God has set in motion cannot be stopped by people, cannot be rewritten by circumstances, cannot be undone by the forces that have been working against you all year. When God decides to move, nothing in this world or the next has the authority to interfere. This December, the atmosphere around your life will shift so dramatically that you will know this is no coincidence. This is the hand of God. People think December is the month of endings. But those who walk with God understand something deeper. December is the month of a divine interruption. The month when God steps into the story that looked already written and says, now I will show you what I have prepared. Many of you entered this year with hope, but faced battles you didn't expect. You carried the burdens you didn't plan. You faced disappointments you never saw coming. But hear me today, God never ends a year on defeat. God never closes a season without releasing something that justifies every tear, every prayer, every fight, every silent night you endured. And in this December, God is preparing to reveal 4 movements that will realign your destiny, revive your faith, and reestablish your steps for the year ahead. There are seasons when God whispers, but there are also seasons when God speaks with thunder. December is thunder season. December is the month where God overturns what the enemy tried to finalize. You felt the pressure because God was preparing to shift your positioning. You faced the resistance because what is about to be delivered to you could not be delivered in weakness. It required strength. You faced the delays because the timing of God is never rushed. And now, in this December, the spiritual clock of God strikes a new hour, and everything that has been held back, restrained, or paused begins to accelerate. You are standing at the doorway of supernatural intervention. Some people will walk into December with the same casual attitude that they had all year, and they will receive nothing. But you, if your spirit is attentive, will sense the heaviness of glory pressing into your atmosphere. You will sense that situations around you are being reorganized. You will sense that even the challenges that arise this month are not attacks, they are divine signals. December will expose what could not go with you into the next season. December will reveal what was contaminating your spirit without your awareness. December will awaken the part of your faith that has been asleep under the weight of disappointment. And December will bring answers to prayers that you thought were ignored but were actually being prepared in silence. When God says 4 things will happen, He is not speaking in symbolism, He is speaking in certainty. God does not release empty declarations. God speaks with precision. And if God has declared 4 signs, 4 shifts, 4 movements in this final month, then your responsibility is to posture yourself with expectation, with discipline, and with unwavering faith. Do not enter this December with the same spiritual posture you entered the previous month. Lift your faith, expand your capacity, prepare your spirit, because when God moves suddenly, only those who are awake experience the suddenness. Those who are spiritually asleep call it coincidence, but those in alignment call it divine timing. There will be moments this December when you will feel an unusual stirring in your heart. Pay attention to it. There will be dreams, visions, impressions, and sudden urges to pray. Do not ignore them. God will speak to you with the urgency because the window of movement this month is precise. When God announces a season, He also expects a readiness. God does not release blessings where there is no discipline. God does not pour oil where there is no surrender. December requires spiritual alertness because what God is about to release has weight. This is not a small blessing. This is not a minor shift. This is not an ordinary moment. This December is a divine hinge. And what happens here will shape the first half of your next year. And now, let your heart receive this truth. You are not left out. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. God has seen every silent battle you fought. Every night you wiped your tears quietly. Every moment you stayed strong for people who never knew how close you were to breaking. You think God did not see that? God saw it. And because of that, there will be 4 manifestations in this month designed specifically for you. Not for your neighbor. Not for the people who pretended to support you. Not for the ones who doubted you. But for you, the one who kept walking, kept believing, kept holding on, even when strength was fading. There is a reason God saves certain blessings until the end of the year, to show you that He controls the clock, not your fears, not your failures, not your past, and certainly not the opinions of others. God will not allow your year to end in emptiness. And the reason He waited until December is because He wanted you to learn resilience, spiritual maturity, and unwavering dependence on Him alone. Now the season of waiting is shifting. Now the season of delay is dissolving. You are stepping into the final stretch where God releases what has been written for you since the beginning of this year. When God prepares to release something significant, He often brings you into a moment where everything feels strangely still, not empty still. Because before God moves, He quiets the noise around you. You may have noticed lately that certain people have distanced themselves. Certain conversations have faded. Certain opportunities have paused. And certain doors have remained shut. This is not abandonment. This is divine clearing. God cannot elevate you while you are still entangled in the voices that weaken your spirit. God cannot release sacred things into hands that are still holding on to distractions. December is the month where God removes the unnecessary so He can reveal the extraordinary. Do not fear what left you. Do not mourn what ended. Sometimes God subtracts before He multiplies. For months, you may have carried the weight of certain burdens that seemed unmovable. But here is a deeper truth that many do not understand. When God is about to shift your life, He first strengthens your inner world. Some of the pressure you experienced this year was not the enemy's attack. It was God enlarging your capacity. You were asking for greater blessings while holding a smaller mindset. God had to stretch you. God had to mature you. God had to toughen your faith because what He has prepared requires a stronger version of you. The battles you faced were preparation for the blessings you will receive. And now in December, God will begin releasing what was too heavy for you earlier in the year. You are ready for what once overwhelmed you. You are prepared for what once intimidated you. God is about to place in your hands what you once thought you were not qualified for. There is a spiritual acceleration taking place even now. You may not see it, but heaven is rearranging things on your behalf. God is shifting people into position. God is aligning opportunities. God is opening pathways that you could never access through mere effort. You must understand, when God decides to place something in your life, He bypasses every system that once limited you. He overrides every rule that once excluded you. He silences every voice that once doubted you. December will reveal that human limitation is irrelevant when God speaks. You might have felt overlooked all year, but when God remembers you, the remembrance is not gentle, it is overwhelming. God will bring a kind of blessing that makes you say, only God could have done this. This month, God is going to expose the motives of those around you. Do not be surprised if certain relationships collapse suddenly. Do not be shocked if people show you their true intentions. God is not trying to hurt you. God is protecting you. December is the month where masks fall. God will not allow you to enter a new season bound to people who weaken your faith, drain your energy, or contaminate your spirit. Some people were attached to your life, but not assigned by God. And when God begins to elevate you, He separates you from those who would sabotage your next level. So, if separation appears this month, receive it as divine mercy. God is removing those who cannot walk with you into what He is about to do. And now, hear this with your whole heart. God is preparing to settle things that have been unsettled for too long. You have had moments where your spirit felt restless, where your soul could not find clarity, where you kept asking, God, when will this change? This December, answers will come. Resolution will arrive. God will bring closure where you were confused, direction where you were uncertain, and peace where you felt torn. God is not the author of chaos. He is the architect of clarity. And when God brings clarity, every lingering confusion breaks. Every cycle of doubt dissolves. And every fear loses its voice. December will bring the kind of a peace that reassures your heart that you are exactly where God wants you to be. There is a divine visitation assigned to this month. Not a physical appearance, but a shift in the atmosphere of your life so strong that your spirit will recognize it instantly. You will feel a sudden boldness in your decisions, a supernatural confidence in your future, and an unexplainable relief from burdens that once drained you. This is not emotion, this is alignment. When God draws near, heaviness breaks. When God draws near, clarity rises. When God draws near, your spirit becomes stronger than your circumstances. Many of you will wake up in December with a renewed sense of purpose, an awakened fire, and the courage you have not felt in years. This is God preparing you for what is coming next. God is also going to confront the hidden areas of your life, the parts of your heart that you have ignored, the wounds you hid behind the busyness, the fears you buried under responsibilities. December will bring a gentle but powerful cleansing. God is restoring you from the inside out. The healing that you asked for months ago is going to begin manifesting in unexpected ways. You may find yourself releasing emotions you didn't even know you still carried. You may feel all the pain rise, not to torment you, but to leave you. You may feel God pushing you toward forgiveness, toward letting go, toward a deeper surrender. This is because God cannot release greatness into a heart that is still bruised by yesterday. December will heal you in ways that prepare you for the year ahead. There will be a moment this month when God will challenge you to walk by faith at a level you have never walked before. You will feel the urge to take steps that your logic cannot understand. You will feel the pull to make decisions that your fear cannot justify. Do not resist it. When God pushes you beyond your comfort zone, it is because He is leading you into a place where miracles occur. Comfort never produces transformation. Faith does, and God will call you to decisions that require faith. Because what He is giving you in the coming season cannot be accessed through comfort. It must be accessed through courage. And now let me speak this truth into your spirit. What God will release in December is not a temporary blessing. It is not a momentary uplift. It is a foundational shift. God is preparing to reroute the story of your life. What has been stagnant will move. What has been delayed will accelerate. What has been confusing will make sense. God is not sending partial restoration. He is sending complete transformation. You will look back months from now and say, that December changed everything. There comes a time in a person's life when God no longer allows them to live on the level of survival. And for many of you, this entire year felt like survival, holding on, pushing through, enduring storms that seemed endless. But hear me, with the full weight of your spirit, December is not the month where you survive. December is the month where you emerge. God is shifting you from endurance to elevation. You have been strengthened through hardship, not so you could remain in hardship, but so that you could rise above it with a maturity that cannot be shaken. God is transitioning you into a season where you will not just withstand the pressure, you will master it. You will not just navigate adversity, you will overcome it. God is raising you to a level where everything that once intimidated you will become the very platform from which you grow. This month, God will awaken spiritual sensitivity within you. There will be moments when you sense things before they happen, moments when your inner spirit becomes alert to conversations, decisions, and environments that do not align with your destiny. This is discernment, a pure God-given discernment. Not suspicion, not fear, not anxiety, but divine insight. God is sharpening your inner vision so you can recognize opportunities that others overlook and avoid traps that others walk into. You will feel a stronger awareness of who belongs near your life and who does not. God is not only guiding your steps, He is guiding your connections. December will reveal who carries peace into your atmosphere and who brings noise. Pay attention to what your spirit feels around people. God speaks through the uneasiness you feel, and God speaks through the peace that settles you. Some of you will witness a sudden overturning of situations that have been locked for months, even years. You will see circumstances shift in ways that defy logic. This is not coincidence. This is the intervention of God. When God enters a situation, stagnation ends. When God breathes on a circumstance, movement begins. December is the month where God will reverse negative decisions, open closed doors, break long-standing limitations, and release answers that were trapped in delay. You will watch obstacles crumble without your effort. You will see the type of breakthroughs that happen not by strategy, not by connections, not by strength, but by the unmistakable power of God. And when these things happen, you will realize that all the waiting, all the praying, all the believing was not wasted. It was aligned with God's perfect timing. There is a divine elevation that God is preparing for you, an elevation that does not come from people but from God Himself. When people elevate you, you are limited by their opinion. When God elevates you, you rise beyond human expectation. Some of you are about to step into positions you were not even considered for. You will enter spaces that your qualifications did not qualify you for. God will place you in environments where no one will be able to understand how you arrived, and your only explanation will be God. December will open doors not because you pushed, but because God appointed. And when God appoints, no person can remove you, no accusation can discredit you, and no attack can uproot you. Your elevation is secured by the one who controls all destinies. This month, God will also confront the words spoken over your life. Words of doubt, words of fear, words of limitation. Some of these words came from others, and some of them came from yourself. You may have spoken out of exhaustion, out of pain, out of discouragement, but God is silencing every negative declaration that ever tried to hold you back. God is breaking the power of every label that never belonged to you. God is rewriting the narrative that circumstances try to force upon you. December is the month where God restores the voice of your destiny. You will begin to speak differently. You will speak with confidence, with certainty, with authority, because God will align your words with what He is preparing to manifest. There will also be moments this month when God will require you to release what you have outgrown. Not because it was bad, but because it no longer fits the season you are entering. Growth requires release. Elevation requires separation. Transformation requires surrender. And God is not removing things from you. He is making room for what He is giving you. Some of the blessings God has prepared for you require space, mental space, emotional space, spiritual space. The reason God is pressing on certain areas of your life is because He is preparing to fill them with something greater. Do not resist the release. Embrace it. God never asks you to let go of something without preparing to replace it with something better. This December, God is going to restore your spiritual fire. The heaviness that tried to suffocate your passion, the distractions that try to dim your focus, and the fatigue that try to weaken your spirit will lose their grip. You will feel your prayer life reignite. You will feel your faith rise. You will feel your courage return. God is sending a fresh wind into your spirit, a wind that will revive everything that has been dormant. You may have felt spiritually dull for a while, but that dullness is breaking this month. God is reigniting your hunger. God is restoring your strength. God is awakening your inner warrior. You will not enter the coming year spiritually weak. You will enter empowered, aligned, and covered. And now receive this deep truth. December will not only change what is around you, it will change what is within you, because true transformation begins internally. God is preparing your character for the blessings that are coming. He is shaping your humility, strengthening your discipline, deepening your wisdom, and expanding your compassion. God is producing a version of you that can sustain the weight of the blessings He is releasing. Many people receive blessings but lose them because they were not transformed enough to carry them. But God is making sure that your blessings are not temporary. They will be sustained, protected, and multiplied, because your inner foundation will be strong. There is a moment in every destiny when God begins to reveal why certain battles had to happen, why certain doors had to remain shut, why certain people had to leave, and why certain delays were necessary. December is the month where meaning begins to rise from the chaos you endured. The situations that once confused, you will begin to make sense. The disappointments that once felt cruel will suddenly look purposeful. God is lifting the veil this month, and you will see how every prayer, every tear, every waiting season was building a foundation for something greater. You were not wandering, you were being positioned, you were not ignored, you were being prepared. God never wastes the season, and December is the proof of that. This month, God will reveal the strength you forgot you had. Some of you have endured the storms that would have broken others, yet you are still standing, not by your own power, but because God held you together when you didn't even realize it. God preserved you in moments where your own strength was gone. God carried you when your hope was thin. God protected your mind when anxiety tried to overwhelm it. And now December will reveal the power that was being formed within you through every struggle you endured. You will recognize that the battles did not break you, they built you. The pain did not weaken you, it refined you. You were not being destroyed. You were being strengthened for what God is about to release. Some of you will experience an unusual pull toward purpose this month. You will feel a stirring inside you that refuses to let you settle for the average, the predictable, or the comfortable. God will remove the desire for small thinking. He will take away the appetite for anything beneath your destiny. You will feel a divine dissatisfaction with anything that does not align with your calling. This is not restlessness. It is God awakening your mission. December will ignite the clarity about who you are, what you carry, and what God has placed you on this earth to accomplish. God is not interested in you living a shallow life. He is calling you into depth, into significance, into purpose. The greatness within you will no longer stay silent. This month will also bring divine protection over you in ways you may not immediately recognize. There are dangers you will never see because God will stop them before they reach you. There are attacks that will never touch your life because God will block them before they form. There are traps that will never ensnare you because God will destroy them before you walk into them. December is the month where God's shield is heightened around you. You may feel sudden intuitions telling you not to go somewhere, not to speak to certain people, not to take certain actions. Pay attention. God is not trying to limit you. He is guiding you away from harm. His protection is not always loud. Sometimes it comes as a whisper or hesitation or pause in your spirit. Listen to it. God's protection is one of His greatest gifts, and December will be full of it. God is also going to elevate your inner standards this month. You will find yourself unwilling to tolerate the things you once accepted. Unhealthy patterns, draining relationships, low expectations, and the self-limiting thoughts. God is raising the level of your identity, and with that comes the rise of your standards. You will no longer settle for environments that suffocate your greatness. You will no longer attach yourself to people who disrupt your peace. You will no longer participate in conversations that dim your light. December will bring a new awareness of your worth, not the worth defined by society, but the worth defined by God. And when God reveals your worth, no voice of doubt can diminish it. For some of you, December will be the month where God restores what was taken from you, not as a replacement, but as divine justice. There are blessings, relationships, opportunities, and resources that were stolen, blocked, or interrupted unjustly. But God has seen every injustice. God has witnessed every wrong. And God is not a passive observer. He is a God of restoration. When God restores, He does not give back what you lost. He returns it multiplied, transformed, and elevated. Prepare your heart because unexpected restoration is coming. Not as a reward for your pain, but as a manifestation of God's righteousness. You will soon understand why certain losses were only temporary. They were setups for divine restoration. This month, you will also experience breakthroughs in areas you previously felt helpless in. There will be moments when you feel a sudden shift in situations that have exhausted you for years. This is because God is stepping into places that were beyond your control. Some breakthroughs do not come from effort, they come from surrender. And December is the month where your surrender will collide with God's intervention. You will feel burdens lift, complications dissolve, and impossible situations turn in your favor. You will know without a doubt that it was not your strength, not your strategy, not your influence, but the pure, unmistakable power of God at work. God is also preparing to realign your spiritual atmosphere. The heaviness that hovered over you in previous months will break. Anxiety will loosen its grip. Fear will lose its voice. Confusion will lose its influence. God is sending clarity that cuts through the fog you've been walking in. You will feel lighter, clearer, more grounded. Not because your circumstances changed instantly, but because God is changing the atmosphere around your life. When God shifts your atmosphere, your thoughts change, your emotions stabilize, your decisions strengthen, and your perspective sharpens. December is the month where your spiritual environment will match your destiny, not your past. And now listen closely. God will not only change external situation, He will change the way you see yourself. Some of you have been walking with the hidden insecurities that no one knows about. You have fought silent battles with inadequacy, fear of failure, fear of disappointment, and fear of being misunderstood. But God is dismantling every lie that has held you captive. This December, God will reveal to you the strength you carry, the wisdom you possess, and the potential that has been waiting within you. You will no longer view yourself through the lens of your past. You will view yourself through the lens of God's purpose. Your self-perception is shifting, and with it, your entire life will shift. There is a stirring taking place in the unseen realms of your life right now. An invisible movement orchestrated by the hands of God. You may not feel it fully yet, but something is shifting beneath the surface of your circumstances. December is not just another month passing on the calendar. It is a spiritual intersection where destiny meets divine timing. God is aligning events, arranging encounters, and positioning you for breakthroughs that have been maturing quietly in the background. What seemed dormant is now awakening. What seemed delayed is now accelerating. What seemed uncertain is now being clarified. God is bringing long-awaited transitions into the light, and this month will reveal the first signs of what has been building behind the scenes. This is also the month where God will place a new sense of authority upon your spirit. You will feel an internal boldness rise in you, an unshakable certainty that you are moving with the divine backing. You will begin to speak with more conviction, decide with more confidence, and walk with more courage. This is because God is strengthening the spiritual identity that He has been forming within you all year. You will no longer approach life as someone who is merely trying to make it. You will move as someone chosen, guided, and empowered by God. Fear will no longer have the ability to dictate your decisions. Doubt will no longer have the power to silence your voice. You will feel a fierceness within you, not born from pride, but from a deep awareness that God is with you, God is for you, and God has already paved the path ahead. In December, God will also awaken dormant gifts and abilities inside of you, gifts you ignored, gifts you doubted, gifts you underestimated. These abilities were planted in you long ago, but they were waiting for the right season to emerge. And now God is saying, this is the time. You will find yourself suddenly capable of things you once thought impossible. Creative ideas will flow. Strategic thinking will sharpen. Wisdom will rise at the exact moment you need it. You will make decisions guided by insights that come directly from God. This is because God is activating what He deposited in you. You are entering a season where your gifts will not only awaken, they will flourish. December is the month where your potential begins to reveal its true strength. And hear this clearly. God is going to remove the invisible weight you've been carrying for too long. There are burdens that never belonged to you, fears that were passed down, pressures you absorbed, expectations that were placed upon you unfairly. God is lifting those burdens now. You will feel a release in your spirit that you cannot fully explain. Things that once drained, you will no longer affect you the same way. Thoughts that once overwhelmed, you will lose their power. God is breaking the emotional cycles that kept you bound. The heaviness that tried to silence your joy, the cloud that hovered over your hope, the pressure that pressed against your peace, God is dismantling all of it. December will be a month of internal release. You will breathe differently. You will think differently. You will move differently because the chains that once held you are no longer attached to your spirit. Some of you will experience divine reversal this month. Situations that seemed permanently broken will suddenly turn around. God is stepping into the very areas where you felt out of options. You will witness problems resolving themselves without your intervention. You will see unexpected breakthroughs in finances, relationships, health, and opportunities. What was closing will open. What was failing will revive. What was stagnant will shift. God is not limited by circumstances. He transforms them, and December will be the month where you witness God's power disrupting the patterns that once restricted you. This reversal is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is the fulfillment of prayers you whispered in seasons of deep struggle. God remembers every prayer, and this month you will see answers unfold in ways that exceed your expectations. This month, God will also bring you into encounters that will change the direction of your future. Not everyone you meet is accidental. Some people are sent by God to guide you, support you, encourage you, or unlock the next level of your life. Watch carefully for the individuals God places around you in December. They may come in quiet ways, simple conversations, unexpected connections, or moments that feel divinely orchestrated. God will send people who carry wisdom you need, opportunities you didn't expect, and insight that aligns with your purpose. These are destiny connections, relationships that help you rise into the next chapter of your calling. God does not elevate you in isolation. He elevates you through alignment. And December is full of divine alignment. There will also be a deep cleansing of your environment, both externally and internally. Certain habits will no longer feel comfortable. Certain distractions will suddenly feel heavy. Certain places will drain you more than before. This is God refining your atmosphere. He is pulling you out of spaces that are too small for your calling and removing anything that lowers your spiritual frequency. You will naturally distance yourself from negativity, chaos, and people who dwell in a lower dimension of living. Not because you are better than them, but because God is raising the altitude of your life. And not everyone can breathe where God is taking you. December will separate you from anything that cannot withstand the elevation God is preparing for you. And listen carefully. God is restoring your resilience. The exhaustion that weighed on your soul will begin to lift. You will feel energy return, vision sharpen, motivation rise, and hope awaken. This is not emotional hype, it is spiritual renewal. God is breathing strength into your spirit. You will feel more capable, more focused, more determined. And this renewed strength is not temporary. It is preparation for what God is about to unfold. You will not enter the coming season tired. You will enter ready, empowered, and spiritually fortified.